Okay, so now let's move forward and let's try to understand these two terms, binding and non-binding constraints. Okay, so these constraints are of two types, binding constraints and non-binding constraints. Okay, so a constraint is binding if the left hand side and the right hand side of the constraint are equal at the optimal solution. Okay, so the point where we get the optimal solution, and when we put these the values of x1 and x2 in the constraints, and for the constraints where left hand side is equal to right hand side, these constraints are called binding constraints, and those constraints where left hand side is not equal to right hand side, that is called non-binding constraints. Okay, so example I'll show here. Okay, so this is the problem we have. Maximize 3x1 plus x2 uh, subjected to 2x1 plus x2 is less than equal to 9. This is the first constraint. And sorry, x1 plus 2x2 is less than 9. This is second constraint. And these two are non-negativity constraints. X1 is greater than equal to 0 and x2 is greater than equal to 0. Okay. So when we solve this, sorry, when we solve this, uh, the optimal solution that we get is x1 is equal to 4.5 and x2 is equal to 0. Okay, and when we put these values of 4.5, x1 is equal to 4.5 and x2 is equal to 0 in these constraints, what we get in the first constraint, when we put, we get uh, this is equal to 9. Okay, and for second constraint it is equal to 4.5, and and here you can see that left hand side it is equal to right hand side in the first constraint. Okay, 9 is equal to 9. But in second constraint, what happens that we get the value of 4.5, which is not equal to 9. So, so the first constraint where left hand side was equal to right hand side, it is called a binding constraint. And the in case of this second constraint where left hand side is not equal to right hand side, that is non-binding constraint. Okay, in case of this third one, we put the x1 value of x1 here. 4.5 is not equal to 0, it is non-binding constraint. And in fourth, x2 is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0, it is the binding constraint. Okay, so this is the definition that you need to just remember. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when we put the optimal solution, coordinates of optimal solution in the constraints, if the left hand side is equal to right hand side for a particular constraint, it is called binding constraint. And if it is not, if left hand side is not equal to right hand side, in that case, it is called a non-binding constraint. Okay. Now, let's study some special cases in linear programming. Okay, so this is very important. Why it is important? Because you are asked the theoretical questions related to this special cases. You are asked the conditions for the uh, special cases. So, so first is alternative or multiple optimal solutions. Okay, so till now uh, we have calculated the values, or we have solved the problems for which there was only one optimal solution which was coming. Okay, but it is possible that for a problem there may be more than one optimal solution. Okay, it means that the maximum value, let's say if maximum value for a particular problem comes out to be 60. So this 60 is coming at not only at one point, more than 1 points. Okay, the same optimal value may be coming for more than 1 point. So that is called a multiple optimal solution. Okay, so a given linear programming problem may have more than one solution yielding the same optimal objective function value. Each such optimal solution is termed as alternative optimal solution. Okay, so it says that there are two conditions that need to be met for an alternative optimal solution to exist. There are two conditions that need to be met. The first one is the slope of objective function is same as the slope of a constraint in the linear programming problem. Okay, so what is the slope? Let's say we know that, okay, these constraints, these are actually the straight lines. Okay, so we are aware with this that let 5x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 30. It is a straight line. x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 18. It is a straight line. In the same way, 10x1 plus 6x2, if we equate it to something, let's say 0 or anything, okay, it comes out to be straight line. Okay, so that we found out in, let's say, isoprofit line when we created, we found out that we can create straight lines with it. Okay, so lines have slope also. Slope means that inclination with the x-axis. Okay, so what is the slope for a line? The slope for a line is, how do we calculate slope? Slope for line is minus a by b. It means that if we have a straight line which is in the form of ax1 plus bx2 plus c, it is equal to 0. If it is in this form, then the slope of the line is minus a by b. Okay, so here we can see that we have this first constraint 5x1 plus 3x2. If we want to write, let's say in this form, let's say it will be minus 30, it is equal to 0. Okay, and for the objective function, it is 10x1 plus 6x2, and it can be anything. Let's say, let's consider 0 here. Okay, so what will be the slope of this first line? Slope for this first line. What is the slope for it? Minus a by b is minus 5 by. Okay, so it is slope is minus 5 by 3. And what is the slope for this this line, objective function line? Minus
10 upon 6.
And it is equal to, if we divide it by, let's say,
minus 5 upon 3.
Minus 5 by 3.
Minus 5 upon 3. Okay, so it says that both of them, they have the same slope. But if we see the third line, x1 plus 2x2 minus 18, it is equal to 0. So what is the slope here? Minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2.
Okay, so here we could see the slope. So the first, if we see here, the first condition, it says the slope of the objective function. Okay, so this is the objective function. Its their slope is minus a by b. Minus a by b is minus 5 by 3. Okay, so this is the slope. Is same as the slope of a constraint. Okay, so one of the constraint should have the same slope as the objective function. Okay, so here we can see this first constraint has the same slope as the objective function. Okay, so this is the first condition that is met. Okay, the second condition is the constraint should form a boundary on the feasible region in the direction of optimal movement of the objective function. In other words, the constraint must be a binding constraint. Okay, so this constraint, which is parallel, whose slope is parallel to the objective function, it should be a binding constraint. Okay, so binding constraint we have studied. We studied that it has the same value, same right hand here. When we put the values of x1 and x2, optimum values, then left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, so if we can see here, when we plot this, we get this kind of, let's say we get these lines. So this is the first line and this is the second line. Okay, and what we did, we found out, let's say in the next next page, we can see here that we found the optimum values at the corners, and here we can see that there are two values. Can you see that there are two values which have the same value? 60, 60.
Yes,
there are two
sir.
maximum values.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there are two maximum values. There is more than one optimal solution. Okay, so and when we put these points 6 by 7 and 60 by 7 and 6 and 0 in this first constraint, we will find that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, so that is a binding constraint. So both of the conditions, they are met here in the case of in the case of the first constraint. Here the slope of objective function is means for this particular constraint, it has the same slope as that of objective function, and this is also the binding constraint. Okay, so that's why we can say that this linear programming problem has more than one solutions. Okay, so let's say you may be asked this question as a multiple choice question, and in MCQ you may be asked that, okay, so so find out, let's say, or you may be asked that, okay, what is the condition whether this is multiple, whether this linear programming problem has only one solution, it has more than one solution, it doesn't have any solution, or none of these. Okay, so what you need to do to see that whether it has more than one constant, you need to check first of all this slope. Okay, if the slope is equal, first condition is met, and then you need to see whether it is a binding constant or not. If it is a binding constant, okay, so both conditions are met, it shows that it has more than one solutions. Okay, all right. And by solving also you can find out that here by solving we have found out that we have two solutions. Okay, got it. So this is the first special case of linear programming problem. Okay, and the next case is unbounded solution. Unbounded solution, that in it means that in maximization problem, if the shaded area is open-ended. Okay, so this means that maximization is not possible and the LPP has no finite solution. Hence, the solution of the given problem is unbounded. Okay, so we have this example: z is equal to maximize, z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 subjected to the constraints x1 minus x2 is greater than equal to 1, and x1 plus x2 is greater than equal to 3, and x1 and x2 are greater than equal to 0. Okay, so what you do, you plot this and tell me the solution of this problem. Okay guys, everybody do it, so it will be a practice for you. Does everybody know how to do it? Okay, tell me what are the points where where the first line is intersecting. Tell me the points. When x1 is equal to 0.
x2 1.
x2 minus 1.
x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to minus 1. Okay.
Minus 1.
Okay, so just a second. X1, x2. Let's put x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to minus 1. And when x2 is equal to 0, x1 is 1. Okay, so you plot it here. So minus 1 is, you may say, it is somewhere here. Okay. And x2 is 1. 1 0. 1 0 is this. Okay, so when we draw the line, so this line will go, we say somewhere like this. Okay, and now put the second line. What are the coordinates?
0 3 3
0 3 and 3 0.
0 3 and 3 0.
3 0.
Okay, 0 3 and 3 0. Okay, 0 3 is, let's say, somewhere here. Okay, and 3 0 is, let's say, somewhere here. Okay, and now we have, let's say, now let's make the lines. Okay, so let's say these are the lines. Okay, and now we have greater than equal to, tell me the region. Tell me the common region. For the first line, we put 0 0. Is 0 greater than, is 0 greater than 1? Is 0 greater than 1?
No, sir.
Okay, so it is not. So what we will do, it means that our solution is the region which is above this line. Okay, so it means in this area. Okay, so this area. And in second, 0 is greater than 3? No. So it means that we have just a second. So I took the wrong line. Okay, so this is the first line. Okay. Okay, tell me the feasible region. Okay, so let's take this first line. Okay, so I think, okay, so now analyze and tell me that, okay, whether this solution which is given here, it is correct or not. Guys, analyze it and tell me that whether this is correct solution or not, the way it is given here, or there is some problem in the question. Let's see. Let's take this first line. This first line is this one. This is the first line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say this is the first line. Okay. Now what we do, we have 0 0 point lying here. Okay. On, you may say that this line is dividing the whole plane into two parts. One is this part and other is this part. Are you getting it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I want to see that, okay, whether you can analyze it or not, because okay, so this line number 1, it divides this plane into two parts. This is the first part and this is the second part. Getting it? Now
Yes, sir.
let's find out which part satisfies this inequality, the first inequality. Let's put as I said, that we will take a point here. Let's say, let's take a point 0 0, or let's say, let's take this point. This point, the coordinates of this point are 0 3. Okay. coordinates of this point are 0, 3. Okay. And let's put 0, 3 in the first equation, first inequality. 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3 is how much?
-3.
So minus 3. Is minus 3 greater than 1?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Minus 3 is not greater than 1. It means that which region, whether green region satisfies this inequality or the blue region?
So blue is
How blue? Blue has the point 0.03 and we can
the
see
green
here
one.
green region satisfies this inequality. ये क्लियर हो गया कि क्यों ग्रीन रीजन सेटिस्फाई करता है इस इनइक्वालिटी को?
No, sir.
अब देखिए हमने
No, sir.
एक पॉइंट लिया, हमने एक पॉइंट लिया, इनमें से हमने पॉइंट लिया 0.3 पॉइंट लिया, ठीक है। 0.3 पॉइंट कहाँ पे है? ब्लू वाले रीजन में
Yes, sir.
है ना, ब्लू वाले रीजन में। तो हमने फर्स्ट इनइक्वालिटी, क्योंकि हम ये जो लाइन है, जो फर्स्ट लाइन है, दिस इज द फर्स्ट इनइक्वालिटी, है ना। जो पहली जो है ये इक्वेशन, जो पहली लाइन है, ये वाली जो लाइन है, ये फर्स्ट है ना।
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। तो हमने क्या किया, इस पॉइंट को यहाँ पे पुट किया। व्हेन वी पुट x1 वैल्यू, इट इज 0 सॉरी, एंड x2 हैज द वैल्यू ऑफ 3. 0 minus 3, 0, how much is 0 minus 3?
-3.
0 minus 3 is -3. Is -3 greater than 1?
No, sir.
Okay, so it means that -3 is not greater than 1. It means that the region where this point 0.3 lies, that region doesn't satisfy this inequality number 1. So the region which is away from it, it means that the region which is green, actually it satisfies this inequality. ठीक है। ये चेक करने के लिए हम ये वाला पॉइंट ले लेते हैं, 30 को ले लें। 30 को पुट कीजिए जरा वहां पे, आप फिर मुझे बताइए सेटिस्फाई करता है कि नहीं। हमें 30 तो पता ना, ग्रीन में है। तो x1 की वैल्यू हमने 3 पुट की, x2 की वैल्यू 0, ठीक है। 3 minus 0 is
3.
3 minus 0 is 3. Is 3 greater than 1?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
It means that green region satisfies this inequality. ठीक है।
Yes.
ओके। और वैसे ही अब आप क्या कीजिए कि अब सेकंड को आप चेक कीजिए। इसमें हमारे पास हमने ये 0.00 लिया है, यहाँ पे दूसरी इक्वेशन है ये दिस इज द सेकंड वन, ठीक है ना। सो जस्ट अ सेकंड, आई विल जस्ट टेक द इरेजर एंड रिमूव द रीजन, ठीक है। सॉरी, ठीक है। हमारी जो लाइन थी वो ऐसे थी और एक लाइन हमारी ऐसे थी, ठीक है। और असल में इस प्रॉब्लम में जो द वे दिस प्रॉब्लम इज गिवन, ओके, आई डिडंट पुट मच अटेंशन ऑन इट, सो नाउ आई फाउंड आउट दैट this problem is wrong the way it is given here. So we will find out what is wrong in the solution and it will be a learning for you, ठीक है। तो जो ग्रीन रीजन हमारे पास आया वो ये वाला रीजन है, ठीक है। क्योंकि हमारे पास, आप कह सकते हैं, वी नो ये क्लियर है ना, ये वाला रीजन है। ये मैंने आपको समझा दिया, ठीक है। अब क्या है, अब दूसरी लाइन लीजिए। अब दूसरी लाइन में x1 प्लस x2 इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 3, ठीक है, दैट इज द सेकेंड लाइन। अब इसमें बताइए कि कौन सा रीजन है जो इसको सेटिस्फाई करता है। इज इट above this line or below this line? Mhm. Above this line or below this line?
सर कोई सा भी नहीं।
क्यों, कोई सा क्यों नहीं?
The above.
above, यहाँ पे आप 0 पॉइंट लीजिए ना, 0 पॉइंट लिया आपने यहाँ पे, 0 पॉइंट जो है इसके नीचे है इस लाइन के, तो इज 0 ग्रेटर देन 3?
No, sir.
नो सर।
0 इज नॉट ग्रेटर देन 3। इट मीन्स कि जो ये इस लाइन के जो नीचे वाला रीजन है वो सेटिस्फाई नहीं करेगा, ऊपर वाला रीजन सेटिस्फाई करेगा, ठीक है ना। तो हम क्या करते हैं, लेट्स से इसको हाईलाइट कर लेते हैं, इसको हाईलाइट कर लेते हैं, मान लीजिए ब्लू से, ठीक है। ठीक है, अब मुझे बताइए कि कॉमन रीजन कौन सा है। कॉमन रीजन ये वाला है,
यस सर।
ठीक है ना, अनबाउंडेड है, मतलब ये चारों तरफ से नहीं घिरा हुआ है, ये आप कह सकते हैं 3 लाइंस से है, पर एक पॉइंट जो है, एक एरिया जो है वो आउट है, ठीक है, मतलब ये आगे यहाँ पे वैल्यूज बढ़ सकती हैं, ठीक है। ठीक है, तो अब मुझे पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन बताइए, इस पॉइंट की वैल्यूज क्या है।
2,1.
2,1, सभी का 2,1 आ रहा है। ये जो पॉइंट है इसकी वैल्यू है 2,1, ठीक है। सो हमारे पास जो अब यहाँ पे जो हम वैल्यूज देख सकते हैं, जो इस आप कह सकते हैं इस रीजन को बाइंड करती है, तो हमारे पास दो वैल्यूज आ रही हैं, एक है 2,1, एक है 3,0, ठीक है। यहाँ पे वैल्यूज फाइंड आउट कीजिए क्या क्या है। यहाँ पे z की वैल्यू बताइए क्या है।
Sir, 8.
2,1 पे
8 and 9।
8 और यहाँ पे 9, ठीक है।
9।
अब मान लीजिए कि लेट्स टेक अ वैल्यू समवेयर हेयर, ठीक है, हम समवेयर हेयर एक वैल्यू लेते हैं जहाँ पे x1 है 10, ठीक है, और x2 है मान लीजिए 2, ठीक है। ये जो पॉइंट है जो x1 इक्वल टू 10 एंड x2 इक्वल टू 2, ये इस रीजन में लाई करेगा जो फिजिबल रीजन है ना, क्योंकि ये यहाँ पे बंद नहीं हो रहा है, ये फैलता जा रहा है, आगे आगे जाता जा रहा है। अब यहाँ पे मुझे आप बताइए वैल्यू z की
34।
34, ठीक है। वैसे ही अगर हम एक पॉइंट और आगे ले लेंगे, क्योंकि ये तो चलता जा रहा है ना, ये कहीं बंद नहीं हो रहा है, ये चलता जा रहा है, ठीक है। तो मान लीजिए हम 100 पे ले लेते हैं, x1 की वैल्यू 100 ले लेते हैं और x2 की वैल्यू 2 ले लेते हैं, तब क्या आ जाएगा 304, ठीक है। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि हम इसकी ना मैक्सिमाइज वैल्यू फाइंड आउट नहीं कर सकते हैं, ये अनबाउंडेड सॉल्यूशन है, इसकी जैसे जैसे वैल्यूज x1 और x2 की बढ़ती रहेगी, क्योंकि इनफाइनाइट तक ये जाती जा रही है वैल्यूज, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये रीजन बंद नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। सो इसे हम कहेंगे अनबाउंडेड सॉल्यूशन, ठीक है। अब इस प्रॉब्लम में जो सॉल्यूशन बुक में दिया हुआ था उसमें गलती क्या है, उसमें एक गलती है, क्या गलती है इसमें। ये जो सॉल्यूशन है, इन्होंने जो कॉमन फिजिबल रीजन कौन सा दिखाया हुआ है, इन्होंने ये वाला कॉमन फिजिबल रीजन दिखाया है, बल्कि ये नहीं है, ये वाला रीजन है कॉमन फिजिबल रीजन, ठीक है, ये गलत है। तो यू मे सी कि भाई कि जो बुक में लिखा हुआ है जरूरी नहीं है कि जो बुक में दिया हुआ बिल्कुल सही है. यू मस्ट बी एबल टू से इट. ओके.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why it was important because I just now I also while solving only I found out कि भाई कि ये तो solution गलत दिया इन्होंने. Okay, and this is one of the best books which is considered for operation research. Okay, from where I have taken this picture. So this is clear. So this is unbounded solution. Now next one is infeasible solution. So if there is no feasible area, मतलब अगर constraints इस तरह दिए हुए हैं कि जो आपके पास एक feasible में से कि common area आ ही नहीं रहा है, कोई feasible common region है ही नहीं. So in that case it is called infeasible solution. Okay. If there is no feasible area, there is no any point that satisfy all constraints of the problem, then this solution is called an infeasible solution. Okay. तो जैसे हम इस प्रॉब्लम को देखेंगे तो इसमें क्या है कि यहाँ पे जो इस पहली आप कह सकते हैं इस लाइन के लिए जो फिजिबल एरिया आ रहा है इस लाइन के लिए वो लाइन के ऊपर आ रहा है और इस लाइन के लिए इस लाइन के नीचे आ रहा है. सो इन दैट केस कोई भी दोनों में से कोई भी जो है कॉमन रीजन नहीं है. ओके. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इनफिजिबल. ठीक है. तो इसको करके देखिए जरा. लेट्स चेक कि ये सॉल्यूशन सही है कि नहीं है. बताइए मुझे करके. ओके. करके मुझे इसको करके बताइए मुझे कि क्या ये इनफिजिबल सॉल्यूशन है या फिर फिजिबल है. प्लॉट द फर्स्ट लाइन. So what are the coordinates for the first line? एक्सिस पे जो हम मार्क करेंगे तो कौन से कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं?
0 1 2 0.
0 1 2 0. ठीक है. दिस इज 0 1 and this is let's say 2 0. Okay. ओके. अब मान लीजिए हम इसका फिजिबल रीजन भी निकाल लेते हैं. कौन सा फिजिबल रीजन? 0 0 हमने पुट किया. इज 0 लेस देन 4?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 0 is less than 4, so it means that this is the region below this line. ठीक है ना. अब चलिए अब दूसरी लाइन बताइए मुझे.
So
0
0
2 4 0.
0 2 4 0.
4.
ठीक है. चलिए ये आ गया 0 2 and this is let's say 4 0. ठीक है. इसको ड्रॉ कीजिए. ये आ गया. अब मुझे बताइए कि कौन सा रीजन है. 0 0 पुट कीजिए. इज 0 ग्रेटर देन 16?
No, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir.
0 is not greater than 16. It means that this is the region that will satisfy the second inequality. अब मुझे बताइए कोई रीजन कोई ऐसा पार्ट है दोनों रीजन्स में जो कॉमन है?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
नहीं है. तो इसका
sir.
मतलब दिस इज इनफिजिबल सॉल्यूशन. ठीक है. कि इसका सॉल्यूशन पॉसिबल नहीं है. ये जो कॉन्स्टेंट्स जो हमें दिए हैं इसके साथ ये जो सॉल्यूशन है वो फिजिबल नहीं है. तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि आप मैनेजर हो और आपके बॉस ने आपको कहा कि भाई कि ऐसे ऐसे कंडीशंस आपको मीट करनी है. तो जब आप उन कंडीशंस को प्लॉट करते हो तो आप देखते हो कि कोई भी ऐसा पॉइंट नहीं है जहां पे वो सॉल्यूशन सेटिस्फाई करता हो. तो आप अपने बॉस को बताओगे कि आपने जो कॉन्स्टेंट्स दिए हैं उसके साथ जो हमारा आप कह सकते हैं ये जो प्रॉब्लम है सॉल्व नहीं होती. ओके. सो देयर इज नो सॉल्यूशन फॉर दैट फॉर दोज कॉन्स्टेंट्स. ठीक है. सो यू नीड टू चेंज. इट मीन्स कि आपने जो कॉन्स्टेंट्स हैं वो गलत दिए हुए हैं. अगर वो प्रॉब्लम रियली अगर आप सॉल्व करना चाहते हो तो आपको कॉन्स्टेंट्स चेंज करने पड़ेंगे, ठीक है।
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the three special cases. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So we studied alternative or multiple optimal solutions. So we had two conditions. ठीक है. Second is unbounded solution. ठीक है. And third one is infeasible solution. Okay, so this is clear to you?